Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. Good morning, Valerie. How are you today? So good. So good, I hope. I have something super fun planned for us today because it is National Polka Dot Day. And so I thought, let's paint some polka dots. You know what? Because polka dots can be used in a billion different applications, right? So I want everybody to just get out some paper and a substrate to paint on, and we're just gonna get artsy today. We are just gonna paint polka dots, maybe for the whole hour. I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling it today. So I have my grapefruit salud in my big bottle of water. Delicious. Okay. And I'm ready to start painting. How about you? So if you're brand new here, if you would follow, like, subscribe, share, comment on Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and then ask to join our private Facebook groups, Stitch Along with Anne and Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. For all things Anne and artsy, go to AnneCorbiereScottDesigns.com. Pretty simple. Okay, so I just have this big piece of paper, and I am going to, I think I'm going to put a craft mat down underneath because I don't know exactly where I'm going today, and I have something for another project on there waiting. Okay, so I'm thinking that I want to do a bunch of different mediums on this one sheet of paper, and then I can cut it up. I can do all the things, right? So I have all of these crazy pens that I buy everywhere I go. So I thought, let's start out with those. So I have this pen that I bought. I talked to you guys about it when I was in Madison with Keely and Peggy. And it is a Japanese paint stick, and it is all the colors, right? So I thought, let's play with that a little bit, see what happens. So I'm just gonna, hey Tam, how are you this morning? How is Georgia? So good, I'm sure. So good. Okay, so let's see. Look at that. I want to try and get as many colors as possible. And you know, just because it's polka dot doesn't mean your polka dots have to be symmetrical, or, you know, they can be anything, because shut up, look at that. It's very rainy here. It's very rainy here. Good morning, Peg. Look at, I'm using that pen that, remember this paint pen that we bought at the graffiti store? So I'm just kind of twisting it around because we're celebrating National Polka Dot Day. So we're just going to paint some polka dots today. I just felt like, you know what, it's a rainy day here, so it's kind of the perfect day for some just free expression. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to have my design go right off the edge, because I feel like that's always, yay. So I happen to get this, Tessa goes to this place where they give, they have discounted products for teachers. And so she's like, hey, could you use some 11 by 14 paper? And I was like, yep, I can use any paper, right? So I just keep twisting it, Peg, and making polka dots. Hi, Kay. How are you this morning? So let's see. And this thing is crazy because it feels kind of crayon-like, but when it goes on, it's very creamy, but then it dries pretty quickly. Doesn't it say 5 to 7 minutes or something, Peg? I thought that's what we had read. So I'm just making some polka dot paper that I can use in a million applications, right? So I want you to, so you could be painting your polka dots, you could be using some markers, you could be, do you know what I mean? You could do all the things. I want mine to be super colorful, so I'm trying to twist and turn this crayon thing as much as possible. Oh, that's a big one. And I kind of like the ones where a little bit of white shows, because I feel like I could do some pen work in there, or I could utilize the white to my advantage. You know what I mean? Like I could use that nice contrast. Oh my gosh, this is like totally getting me in the zone. And my circles are, my polka dots are very wonky. I'm kind of digging that. Let's turn it so that it's easier for my hand. And you know, you can do this technique with any medium, right? So think about your, oh golly, you could do it with any kind of marker. You could do it with art crayons. I did not treat this sheet of paper. I just grabbed it off the stack. So, Kat, I went to, when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, with Peggy and Keely, we happened upon this graffiti shop. So go to a graffiti shop, Catherine, because they have crazy art supplies. So I found this Japanese paint pen that's permanent, but look at the colors. And when you put it down, it feels kind of like creamy, like a lipstick. A graffiti shop. Yes, we thought it was an art store. Yes, so we fit right in. 3 middle-aged white women. But we bought all kinds of stuff, didn't we, Peg? Holy smokes. So I'm just doing polka dots. So do polka dots with whatever you have. With whatever, do you know what I mean? Whatever, they had, I'm telling you, Catherine, we spent so much money because it was all different mediums. Do you know what I mean? It was all stuff that we had never seen before. And here's the thing, I'm thinking, I can make these polka dots and just totally get in my zone, right? But then I can, ooh, that's a pretty one, pretty combo. I can also, then I can come back and do some pen work. I can do some outlining. I can do some mark making, right? So we're in essence, we're making our own pattern paper, our own artsy paper. We were the best at custom. Remember they said thank you? Oh, I bet you do, Catherine. There's a lot of graffiti all around the world. Good morning, Nancy. So we are celebrating National Polka Dot Day by just taking a piece of paper and making some polka dots with whatever medium you're kind of feeling this morning. I am using this crazy Japanese paint pen that we bought, Keely and Peg and I bought at a graffiti shop in Madison. Catherine, I would love, so when I come over there, we have to find a graffiti shop, okay? We will have ourselves a time. Oh my gosh, this is totally in the zone, isn't it? Pillar of the community. Did I just meet you yesterday? I think that might be a lie. A filthy lie, Catherine. Hey, Nancy. So this pen I got at a graffiti shop. It's a Japanese paint pen. And here's it says dries. You know what? They didn't make this for old ladies with bad eyes. There's not Jeff. You know what? He used to just laugh when people said stuff about, you know, there's not enough contrast or anything. Now he's the one infuriated when restaurants, the menu has tiny type or it's silver printed on black in teeny tiny type. It makes me laugh so hard. Anyway. So, you know, we're always all about making our own stuff, right? So, why wouldn't we make our morning bright by creating a whole sheet of artsy papers that we can, I mean, once this is completed, we can stick it right down in our art journal as a background, right? This could be a background for some future something. Or we could cut it apart and have it be part of a art journaling page. It's kind of Kandinsky-esque, isn't it? Remember Kandinsky? Wassily Kandinsky did his concentric circles. I've done lines with this thing, this pen, but not so many circles. Well, Keely did tell me to do some circles in my art journal when we were in Peg's studio. And I did, but I did skinny lines, so this is something altogether different. I think that's just the thing. Peg, isn't yours a little bit different color combo than mine? Because, oh, thanks for putting the, thank you for putting the link. These hand-mixed paint sticks come in a variety of combos. They're a little bit spendy. This one was $14, but I'm so happy I bought it because it just wakes up something inside of me. There we go. There we go. Ooh, that blue and purple is gorgeous together, isn't it? Whoops. I keep trying to turn it so I get different colors, different color combinations. What if I like really turn it? Then I'm going to get all the colors. I kind of like that idea. Good morning, Sammy. Are you on Drummond Island or are you in Howell today? So I'm using we're celebrating National Polka Dot Day by just making polka dots on a paper. And I have all kinds of papers for us to play with. Go Lions, Sammy. Go stinkin' Lions. Holy smokes. How is that for a gift for the whole state of Michigan? It's making me so happy. Okay, so this pen, and you can twist it up. This pen is, Peggy put a link up a little bit, sprayplanet.com. There you go, Molly. Absolutely. Do it with anything. I thought about getting my pan pastels out and doing it with my little makeup sponges. You could do anything. It's just polka dots, right? And I have always been a polka dot lover. It is National Pie Day. So I do want to talk about, oh, there we go. I think I put it in my newsletter, National Pie Day, because I drew a pie stamp for Unity. And so I wanted to talk about that today too. Let's see, let's go this way. Isn't that pretty? And the cool thing I think about this is that you can't really control much about this. And that's the part I like about it the best, right? Is that it's just going to be what it is going to be. Oh, there you go. Yes, left hand practice. Okay, so that is my sheet of this. Come on. How amazing is that? So then I'm going to let this dry all the way, and then we can do some other stuff with it. Now, I have this, one of our vintage Papetree art printables. They got a little bit of, we have done a tribute to Yayo in the past, that's for sure. So now I have some other paint markers that I got at that same store. So these are solid paint markers, and the graffiti artists use these all the time. And they're kind of fascinating too, because look, they are the same consistency. It's still quite creamy. So I'm just going to do polka dots like this whole page. I mean, just think, you can do this on anything. So pull out, print off a vintage Papetree, because that's going to add some artsy interest to pages that you may want to build an artsy assemblage with. Look at this lime green. Stop it. Right? I kind of like doing these rings because I feel like they, I can do something in it. I can do something outside of it. I feel like it gives me lots of artsy possibilities. Oh my gosh, you guys. So as we're doing this exercise of polka dot making, I went to lunch yesterday with Lori, and Lori, you know, is a yoga instructor in Canada. So we're having lunch, and she said, "Hey, put your arms straight up in the air." So I'm gonna close my pen, and we're gonna do this little exercise together because it was so good. Are you ready? Put your arms straight up in the air over your head, straight up. And now relax them a little bit by just like releasing your shoulders, but your hands are still up in the air, and just hold. Take a deep breath and exhale, and then slowly bring those arms down. Oh my gosh, it just releases so many crinkled up muscles in your neck and arms and shoulders, doesn't it? I just love that. So I'm going to try and start integrating that into our art making, because it just totally stops for a second. Okay, everybody take a drink. Especially after that stretch. Okay, I'm going to continue on with my lime green. Hammered dulcimer, I love that. Oh, Sammy, do you have any recordings? Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh my gosh, this lime green is making me so happy. But I think I want to go back to the aqua, because I really like that too. I just hope that as you're making your, I hope you're making some rings for all that artsy opportunity, right? I hope you start to see like all the possibilities within it. So now I have this, paint pen that I got somewhere along the line. I think I got this in San Diego at that artist and craftsman store. So it is acrylic paint, so you can shake it up, and it has this nib and this nib. Can you tell the one I like? So let's prime that, and we can start to do, fill the center with polka dots, more polka dots. And it's okay that it's not dry because I'm kind of not really touching it. And I love doing it on these vintage papeteries because I have that visual interest of all of that print behind. And it's so funny, like when we create these papers, the way it looks here and then the way we use it will be totally different. So these are by Molotow, and they are much like a Posca pen. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I hope you're circling along with me, polka dotting along with me. I told you my whole wedding was polka dots. My cake, my dress, my bridesmaid dresses, the cummerbunds. Name something. It was polka dot. My dress was made by my friend Victoria Valdez, who was a patient at the Native American perinatal department that I worked at, and she was a lovely seamstress, and she oh my gosh, she did such an amazing job. And I had gone to this fancy fabric store in San Francisco called Britex, and I had bought every kind of polka dot tulle fabric. Oh my gosh. And she took all of that and made something gorgeous out of it. That's making me happy. Okay, I have this guy, which is, it's kind of a peach, so I thought, well, that might be fun for today. And this is much like the paint, this paint pen, where it's creamy. But what if we do this in the center of these? That's kind of cool, right? There's like a million possibilities, right? I love that. I think I want to do some more of that over here. And these papers are not treated at all. I didn't put watercolor ground down or anything. It's just regular paper. This one just ran through my printer, my laser printer. Right? I'm thinking that. Now I gotta do something with these. I don't know just yet. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna set this aside. Come back with this. Let's see, is it dry? Yes. Okay, so I was thinking about, I went to Dick Blick yesterday, and the only thing I really bought, well, I bought something for my retreat, for all the people in my retreat, but then I bought a bunch of gel pens because I just couldn't help myself. So I'm going to take the black gel pen, and I'm just going to test out what happens if I do that. Doesn't that just make everything pop and come alive? Oh, there you go, Tam. There you go. That's perfect for polka dots, isn't it? I'll get mine out and do another sheet of paper with that. I like this. I feel like it kind of, I don't know, frames it all in a very artsy way. And remember, the higher up you hold your pen, the looser your lines will be, and that's when you're going to get a really funky, sketchy effect, which is kind of what we're after. There we go. There we go. That is just making me so happy. Like just the rhythmic practice of that. So I'm gonna get my moppers out too, Tammy. I have 4, and I've only used 1, but let's play with that, and that. Okay, so I'm gonna play with my mopper on my envelope of security envelopes. So let's pull this one out and open it. Right? So I have pink, big surprise. And I will say, the harder you push with this, the more paint comes out. So, you might have a weight on your hands for drying time. But that's okay, right? We're not in a rush for anything. And I think it takes practice, certainly, to make, to get a good dot. Like I find if I rock it just forward just a little bit, that makes some cool polka dots. Those splatter dots are fun, aren't they? Look at that. Come on, you guys. How fun is that? So set that aside. Oh, look at that just happened. That's kind of cool, right? That little drip. Set that aside to dry. Let's get another envelope out. Oh, this one's totally different. Oh, and I already cut it apart. Look at that. Look at me looking ahead. So let's close this one up. Okay, I have black, I have white, and I have blue. So I'm thinking black might be fun. Okay, so this is a Mopper Posca pen, Sammy. They're uni, and they are Mitsubishi. They're by the Posca. So you know the Posca pens that we always use. These moppers are a little bit different. They are. Look at how big the head is, right? So we're going to go down. Oh, these black polka dots are kind of cool, aren't they? And here's the thing. We can totally make something else with that, right? And think about, we've got a billion possibilities with this, right? I love that. They're so fun. They're so fun. Ooh, that made a mess. Might need to clean that up with a paper towel. And I'm working on all thin papers today. Like my 14 by 11 is just like copy paper. It's all very thin. Well, that's different than what I had started out to be. So let's see if I can set this aside. Let's see what happens with a... Oh, Molly, don't be critical of those dots. Just make dots for the fun of dot making. And then, you know what? Hey, Beth, how are you? We will make something with all these. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Interesting. The Clorox wipe or the Lysol wipe or whatever in the heck it is totally took all the color off that washi tape. Like I can start again or something. Interesting. You just find new stuff out all the time, don't you? Hi, Donna. How are you? So we're just making some artsy papers this morning, celebrating Polka Dot Day. Right? So let's get that up. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm really liking I'm really liking the envelope art though. You know? Like that's making me all kinds of happy. I wonder if I just hit it with my heat gun, then it's dry. Because I promise this is kind of more of a creative exercise because oh my gosh, Tam, I bet it feels like such a release to play with your art supplies again. Molly, I hope you're just being nice to yourself this morning. Because you wouldn't criticize your friends' polka dots, right? You'd celebrate your friends' polka dots. Uh-oh. Look at that. It melted that window, that plastic window, and it started to be a shrinky-dink. That's funny. Dry as much as we can. Okay, I think, look at that. Is that the craziest thing? How crazy is that? Okay, I'm gonna set that aside to dry. Now I'm really feeling like I want to do some more of those. So let's get another envelope out and let's do blue. So let's open that up. Right? So I have this one that I've never opened, so I love Shrinky Dinks too. I love Shrinky Dinks too. Okay. So you remember when you open it, this is blue, but there's no paint on there yet. So it just comes out when you apply. Oh, look at that. That's way lighter than I thought. So you know what? Let's shake it up and see if we can deepen the pigment or if that's truly the color. Oh, interesting. I kind of like this is, I have some like all different size polka dots. That's kind of making me happy. So pretty. And it's so much more than the way everything looks. It's also just about how it makes you feel, like how the colors make you feel, and how the process of making the polka dots makes you feel. Like it's all part of it. So let's see if I can try and avoid the plastic window. Dick Blick does have these lid. I just scratched my nose and I thought, I wonder if I just got black ink all over my nose. Who knows? These splats are, So I have a big wet spot over here, but I know it's going to crinkle it all up. Let's see if I can, I wonder if I can just tap it off. Like the biggest part of the, see what happens with that. There we go. Yep, I can feel it just buckle when I, that's funny. Okay, let's see. Find a clean spot for that. Everybody take a drink. I have one more mopper, and it's white, so I thought it would be cool if I could find something dark. I wonder if I have a dark envelope in here. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I have this, like a craft colored one. Let's see what happens with that. Start picking through your junky mail. You're gonna find all kinds of crazy shit. Sorry. Stuff. Sorry. Okay. So, let's shake this up. I wonder if I prime this on something else. Oh, you guys, look at that one. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. But that, doesn't it kind of look like wood grain? Oh my gosh. The possibilities. The possibilities, you guys. Okay, so let's shake this up. I don't remember if I did that or not already. And let's get it primed on this paper towel. See what that... Okay, let's see. Like this, I'm feeling like I need that little bit, like a little bit of a squeeze, because it's not as opaque as I thought it would be. It's a little bit transparent, and I'm kind of wanting, for this application, I want an opaque circle. So I am applying some pressure and squeezing ever so slightly, because if you squeeze a lot, you're gonna have a whole situation on your hand. There we go. Right. So think about, you could do this on top of all kinds of things. I mean, I'm doing it on security envelopes, but think of the artsy possibilities. Shush it. Look, I love that this has kind of a ring on the inside. That's kind of making me all kinds of happy. But think about these polka dots. So we've done it on a piece of plain paper, on a piece of vintage puppetry, on some security envelopes. But what if we pull out a jelly print. Okay, so this was a jelly print, and then I did some mark making with a rotary seam marker kind of thing for sewing. This thing. I'm telling you, look at tools with all kinds of possibilities, right? So then what if we, and I did some, this was from my Enhance Your Jelly Prints class. So I did some circles and circles and circles with Posca pens. And now, what if I do some splats on here? Right? So polka dots and polka dots and polka dots and polka dots. Good morning, Lori. How are you today? So we're celebrating National Polka Dot Day today. And so we're making polka dots on all manner of substrates and we're using all manner of mediums. So this is, I did some splat polka dots with my Posca Mopper pen. And, I did a bunch of different polka dots with different colors of Mopper pens on the inside of security envelopes. And then, let's see, find a clean spot for something to dry. I swear, there's not much room. Oh, a little bit of that pink dripped on here, but I'm not mad about it. Shush it, look at this. And this sheet I did with this paint pen that I got at a graffiti shop. This paint pen, and then this paint pen is what I did the polka dots with. And then the insides of these aqua rings, I used this pen that is a paint pen that's also, these are all very creamy in consistency, like a lipstick, how a lipstick feels. Anyway, so we're just making all kinds of polka dot paper, right? So there's that. And then this was the first one that we started with, and that was made with this pen, this paint pen, which is, look at all the colors, right? So I just twisted it and turned it and filled this whole sheet with polka dots. And then I took my jelly roller, my black jelly roller, and I just started to make sketchy circles around the polka dots. So make some polka dot paper today, Lori, and I can't wait. Please be sure to ask to join Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group, because then you can share pictures of your creations, and that's what we are all here for, to share inspiration with one another, and inspiration can be a color combo or a project that you make with these or a product that you use. It can be anything. We celebrate everything artistic. This is, oh my gosh, making me so happy. And it's quite meditative to do a repetitive action like this. Lori, I was telling them about the exercise you showed me yesterday at breakfast, and I made everybody do it here. Put your arms straight up in the air. So let's do that again. Put your arms straight up in the air, and then release it slightly so your shoulders relax, and then just hold. How long do you hold, Lori? Take a deep breath. Exhale. And then release. So, oh my gosh, so good. So good. It feels so good. 30 seconds. So let's try it again and see if we can hold for 30 seconds. So arms straight up in the air. Release and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and then release. Oh my gosh, the feeling in your shoulders is unbelievable. So let's do some comfort book. Alrighty. Somewhere. Hope is a beautiful thing to find in art or stories or music. It is often a surprise moment, like in Shawshank Redemption, when the poster of Raquel Welch is pulled off the wall in Andy's prison cell. Or in The Sound of Music, when Captain Von Trapp switches from repressed widower to singing father in the space of a single scene. It is often subtle, but you know it when you feel it, like when Somewhere Over the Rainbow effortlessly goes up a whole octave within the word somewhere, jumping clean over 7 natural keys, an actual musical rainbow, before landing on the 8th. Hope always involves a soaring and reaching. Hope flies, the thing with feathers, as Emily Dickinson said. People often imagine it is hard to feel hopeful when times are tough, yet I tend to think the opposite. Or at least hope is the thing we most want to cling to in periods of despair or worry. I think it's no coincidence that Somewhere Over the Rainbow was one of the most bittersweet yet hopeful songs in the world, a song that has topped polls as the greatest song of the 20th century, was written by Harold Arlen and Yip Harburg for The Wizard of Oz in one of the bleakest years of human history, 1939. Harold wrote the music while Yip penned the words. Harold and Yip themselves were no strangers to suffering. Yip had seen the horrors of the First World War and was left bankrupt following the crash of 1929. As for Harold, who would become known for his hopeful octave leaping, he was born with a twin brother who sadly died in infancy. Aged 16, Harold fled his Jewish Orthodox parents and pursued a modern musical path. And let's not forget these were 2 Jewish musicians writing arguably the most hopeful song ever written. All the while, Adolf Hitler was triggering war and anti-Semitism was on the rise. To feel hope, you don't need to be in a great situation. You just need to understand that things will change. Hope is available to all. You don't need to deny the reality of the present in order to have hope. You just need to know the future is uncertain and that life contains light as well as dark. We can feel our feet right here where we are, while our minds can hear another octave right over the rainbow. We can be half inside the present, half inside the future, half in Kansas, half in Oz. That was so good, wasn't it? That was a good one. So I'm going to just continue to, well, first I'm going to take a drink. Everybody take a drink. I'm just going to continue to work on my polka dot papers. I hope that you will too. I hope that you will just mindlessly, meditatively create these papers just for the sake of this. Don't think of a future something or other. Don't think about what we're going to do with it. I promise we'll do something fun with it. There we go. There you go. I love my Flair pens too. I do. Don't forget, like I said, that today is Pi Day, National Pi Day. And so I have this stamp set on my Unity artist link. When you go to the Unity website, it'll say search by artist, look under Ann Corbiere-Scott, and you're gonna find Pie Like You, and it comes with 2 stamps, a slice of pie and a big piece that says Pie Like You, and then you can create all kinds of things. I will be posting a card that I created with this stamp set later on today, so you can enjoy that. And just know I appreciate all of your support. I just appreciate it all. Every stamp you buy, every art printable you buy, every class you take, every roll of washi tape you buy, every sticker, every coaster, it all means the world to me. It does. Thank you ever so much for keeping me being a working artist. I adore you all. Thanks so much, and I will see you tomorrow in Stitch Along, and then on Thursday we will be working in our art journals again. We will be creating our very first art journal entry for 2024. So I'm super excited about that. So I hope that I hope that people saw my reel from yesterday where I showed you my artsy process of painting my January blossom in a very mixed media sort of way. I use my beam paints, I use my gel pens, I use my colored pencils, and I'm not done. So who knows what'll come next. And I'm still making all my little bits and pieces of fodder. So with that being said, I adore you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Bye.